Hello everyone. Last session we discussed about object and step creation. Today we are going to discuss about test data uh, and also how to create test data and how many ways we can add data in our BREEZ. So this test data where you can find in BREEZ means you have to go to repository, go to test data and select your screen. Here create test data is there. So why we use test data means everything we if we put an input file, if we want to uh, repeat the test case, then test data will be very useful because many iterations we can execute while using test data. If you put everything in input file, only one test scenarios you can test. But in case of test data, you can do multiple test case for the same thing. Like for example, if you want to add project name, here we are adding project name. So if you want to check whether the project name is working or not, here you can give all digits one data, all characters as one data, and like different data you can give and test data, and you can automate it. Whereas in input file, if you give again and again, you will have to change the data. So that problem is solved here. So I will now what I'll do is I'll just go to create test data. I'll select my system project code and I'll give test case number, and I have selected project name, and I will go to test data. These are the test data. This details will be discussed in the next chapter. I am currently selecting single data. Single data means only one data we can give, and it can be any digits or characters or symbols. It will accept all those things. So I am creating project name as uh, defect test, and I'll click on create. These are the important field: test data, the data types, and project code, BREEZ test case number, and step code. Step code is where on which step you are adding the input, and I will click on create. Now our data is created. So for the same steps, we can add multiple step code with different iteration number, so that when you repeat the step, different data will be fetched. One more option where you can add test data is here when you go to batch test execution, you can select project code and batch name and select test data file and download the template. When you double click this, you will get one file. Here all the data which has input will be downloaded. So you can just give the data here. Here email ID, enable editing and give your mail ID and password, and then your project name. So if you want to create the same thing again, in the next column you can add another set of data. Here different data like 1, 2, 3, and here also different name. So different set of data can be automated. You can save, and when automation you can upload and different set of data is fetched. And one more option is ORG upload. ORG uploads. Here you have to click on select the type of details to import, and you have to select create test data and select your project name and select your screen and click on OK and click on download. Now you will get how much data you want to fill. You can fill it up here. Project name, whatever the project name you want to give, you can enter here. This is the sleep time. I am giving as 8 minutes, and project name I will give it as defect 456, and I will just go back to the BREEZ. I will choose this particular file and I will upload it. If you get any error, you can also see. So I had forgot to enter test case number. So it will remind you to enter the test case number. So I will enter test case 1 and test 1, and I will again upload it. Upload. So 4 test data I had added and 4 is successful. So we can go back to repository and test data and check whether it is uploaded or not. As you can see, whatever the data we gave is uploaded here, and this can be used by automation. Thank you. Ma'am, completed.